Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. So, if you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any friends, family, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles who struggle with the disease of addiction and need support, bring them over my way. And the more the merrier. I want to give you guys a quick reminder and let you guys know that tonight at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be having a Sober Saturday before Halloween party. That's right. We're going to be telling ghost stories. We're going to be telling crazy active addiction story times. And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to call in on the Real Talk Recovery cell phone and tell your stories live. So don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. You can always stay anonymous if you liked, and you can just tell your story. If you are a YouTuber and you have a channel and you call in, I will let you plug your channel and shout you out and all that good stuff. So if you're a YouTuber, you know, it'll give you a little bit of exposure and you can tell a story, and that'll make people want to come over to your channel. So I hope you guys will join me tonight at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time to do that little Sober Saturday before Halloween party. I think it's going to be really, really fun, and it'll just be a way for all of us to get to know each other even better. Now, let's get down to business. The reason I'm making this video right now is because I had a comment in my comment section. It was a question from a young lady, and she was asking, what is the difference between methadone and Suboxone? What is the difference between methadone and Suboxone? First of all, I just want to let you guys know that that's a really good question. I know a lot of people don't realize that there really is a difference, or maybe they think they're the same, but they're not. They're a lot different. First of all, Suboxone is a partial agonist, okay? And methadone is a full agonist. So that's the major difference between the two. With Suboxone, it has a ceiling effect. So after you take it and you've been on it for about 3 days to a week, the medication builds up in your system and you don't get any kind of euphoria or feeling from the medication. With methadone, I think what happens, is as it wears off your receptors and then you dose the next day, you're always going to get that, you know, I just took my dose feeling. I wouldn't say it's like a high, because if you're an opiate user and you've been, you know, shooting heroin or smoking heroin or doing whatever for a long amount of time, you know, methadone isn't really going to affect you. The only thing it's going to do is make you feel normal. But the main difference is that Suboxone is a partial agonist, methadone is a full, okay? Now, there are differences in the way that the medication is prescribed. Here where I live, there's not a lot of doctors that will just write you a prescription for 30 days worth of methadone. A lot of times they make you come in and dose daily at a clinic with liquid. With Suboxone is either a pill or a strip, and it's taken sublingually. You place it underneath your tongue. There are also Suboxone strips called Bunavail that you put in the side of your cheek. Let me think what else. Methadone, whenever you're in the clinic, through the methadone clinic, you can work up to getting take-homes, but I think the most amount of take-homes that you can get is like 2 weeks. So you're always going to be having to return to the clinic. With Suboxone, you can go, and for me, I only have to see my doctor once every 3rd month now. So I get a prescription for 3 months. That way I can just take that prescription and refill it after I run out. And then on the 3rd month, I go back to the doctor and he'll see me, give me a drug screen, and rewrite me a new prescription. Hold on just a second. I'm not. Also, methadone, there you go. Okay, guys. Also, see you later, Bubba. Okay, there we go. I didn't want to tell Nate was going to the potty. Also, with Suboxone, it is, for me, it was just a lot easier, and it's a lot harder for me to abuse. That's what I want to say. For me, now this is opinion, okay? The stuff I was telling you guys before was facts about the methadone and the Suboxone. Now this is my opinion. With me on methadone, like I always really struggled with abusing it. And that's because at that time, my husband was getting a prescription of 365 methadone 10s a month. So I would overtake them with, and the reason I would overtake them is because I was chasing that feeling that I would get from the methadone. And so that's why, for me, Suboxone has always been a better alternative because I can't abuse it. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't take more and get any kind of feeling. But I support multiple pathways to recovery. If you're on methadone, I support you 100%. I actually have some girls that are on methadone that are doing superb. One of my girls, Sonia, she just celebrated almost 7 months sober now, and she's on methadone and she's doing great. So, you know, I don't judge anyone for what method they choose to use. The only reason I didn't get on methadone was because I had had a bad experience with it in my addiction, abusing it. And there are some people who have bad experiences with Suboxone, you know. It's just everybody is so different. But the main difference between the two is that one is Suboxone is a partial agonist and methadone is a full agonist. I hope that helps clear up any questions that you guys had. You know, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, but if I was, you know, asked what my opinion is on the medications, do I think, if somebody said, hey Nicole, I'm trying to decide whether I want to get on methadone or Suboxone, what do you think I should do? And every single person is so different, so it really depends on that person's circumstances. But for me, the allure to get on Suboxone was the freedom that I have with it, the not having to go to the clinic every day and dose. That's why I wanted to get on Suboxone, because I didn't think that I could follow through and go to the clinic every day and get dosed with methadone. And so I think you have to take a lot of those situations into account. Like, do you have transportation? You know, it's just all kinds of different situations that make sure that you'll be able to get there to the methadone clinic. I do think that, you know, now that Suboxone is becoming more readily available, that a lot more people are choosing that route because of the convenience and the discreetness of it. Because, you know, Suboxone is just like, you take it, you don't look high, you're not feeling high, you're not groggy. And I hear a lot of people that are on methadone, people say that they're nodding out or they're taking too much or their dose is too high. And I'm not saying that you guys are doing that, but I know that there's like a negative stigma that surrounds Suboxone and methadone. So I don't want to perpetuate any of those stigmas. So I want you guys to know that I support you no matter what. If you're on methadone, if you're on Suboxone, if you're on Sublocade, Vivitrol, if you're abstinent, I support you guys no matter what. I'm just kind of trying to give you like my opinion from all sides of the coin. Like, I do hear people, you know, judging Suboxone, and then I do hear people judging people that are on methadone. And so, honestly, I think it's probably neck and neck on the way people pick apart methadone and Suboxone users, people that are on methadone and Suboxone. I do know, no baby, that Gigi made that. I do know that there are a lot of studies that are coming out surrounding Suboxone and long-term use and how it's helping people stay sober. You know, methadone has been out since like, 1950, so there are a lot of studies on that already that you guys can look up. I'm sure on the Center for Disease Control, I think, or on substance abuse. I'll put the links in the comments because I don't know the name, but there's lots of places that you can look for studies that will help you guys. But please listen to me, okay? If you're on methadone, I'm not judging you. My experience with methadone was just bad because I made it bad. I was using it, I was abusing it, I still wanted to be high, Okay, the reason I'm having a good experience with Suboxone is because I want to stay sober. And that's how it will be for you. If you want to be sober and you want to take this medication and have a good life, then that's the experience you're going to have. Now, if you go into it and you're wanting to abuse it, you're wanting to sell it, you're wanting to hustle, that's the experience you're going to have. So I hope that cleared up the question, what's the difference between Suboxone and Methadone? And if you guys have any other questions, just put them down below and I will make a video special for you. All right, love you guys. See you tonight at 10.